So here we are, back again with more MagSafe cases for the S24 Ultra, so let's check it out. What's up guys, welcome back to Michael's Tech Talk. So, back again with a case haul from the guys at Ringke. So I have been looking about for MagSafe cases for the S24 Ultra, simply because I want to try and feature more sort of MagSafe compatible cases, because Qi 2 will be coming eventually, and I think it's good to be prepared. So while the S24 Ultra doesn't have Qi 2 this year, which I think personally is a big miss from Samsung, I think it's good to sort of get into the nature of it, because as Qi 2 gets rolled out to Android, this is what is going to be the standard, and why not get prepared for it? If you want to pick up some sort of Qi 2 / MagSafe compatible accessories for your phone, what better way to get started with some cases? And Ringke have a MagSafe line of cases, and I just thought I would pick them up and share them with you. So let's just have a quick look at what I've got. So I have got the Ringke Fusion clear case. I've got the Fusion black framed case. This is the Fusion X. This is the Onyx, and then this is their silicone case as well, which is pretty cool. So they've got a good selection of MagSafe cases, some with the ring, some with have the ring hidden, you know, so there's something here for everybody, I think. So yeah, let's get stuck in and check these out. So first off, we will check out the weight of these cases. So first up, we'll try the Fusion clear case. So we'll just stick that on there. That weighs in at 35 grams. That's pretty much the norm. The Fusion black version, 37 grams. So 2 grams of a difference. The Fusion X, I would expect this to be a bit heavier. It's a bit more robust. 39 grams. Yep, that's about right, I would say. We have the Onyx case here, which is 44 grams. Interesting. And then we have the silicone case, which weighs in at 41 grams. So there we go. So there's the weight of the Ringke cases. So first up then, we'll start with the clear case. Clear cases are quite popular, especially if you want to showcase the color of your phone. The clear case is the best one to do it. And here we are. Now, yes, there is a downside with clear cases. They are fingerprint magnets. As you can see, I have barely touched this case and it's covered in fingerprints already. What are you going to do? Make friends with a microfiber, you'll be fine. There we go. So there is the clear case, and it's really nice at showcasing that color. We've got the white ring here, and we have our TPU buttons, which are very nice. They are very clicky and tactile. No issues there whatsoever. We have a little lanyard loophole. We've got Ringke's branding here as well on the side, which is quite nice. Now, I'm not sure if you can really see it here on camera, but there is like a texture on the inside bumper of that case, but it's not on the outside. That's actually on the inside of this case. So that texture helps grip the phone in here. So this bumper is completely smooth on the outside, but it's textured on the inside to keep a hold of that phone, which I think is pretty cool. So fitment then, so if we take the corners of the phone and we give it a twist, the phone does not move. It is solid in there, which means that textured grip on the inside is doing its job. It's holding that phone in place. No issues there whatsoever. I like that. And if we take a look at the screen lip, so you can see it's raised here at the bottom and the top of the display. And then this bumper does come up over the display ever so slightly. So you will get lift up protection there, so at least it does come up over the frame, which is what I like to see. So if I set that phone down flat, it's not going to rough up that display, which is what you want. Look at the camera lenses now. So the camera lenses do not protrude out, they kind of come up level with that. So what I have noticed here as well, see at the corners of this case, it's ever so slightly raised, so that is going to give you that sort of lift up protection as well. So if you set that down flat, that's not going to rough up those lenses. Now, looking at the lenses, I see there is a little bit of a gap in between the camera lenses and the case, and that will allow for you to put camera lens protectors onto this phone. And Ringke do a set of lens protectors for all of their cases, so they will be compatible, no issues there. There is a good enough gap in between those lenses. So feel of the case, for it being a clear TPU case, it does feel kind of grippy. Even though it is like a shiny clear case, it doesn't feel slippery. So that's what you want. You want the grip on that case, which is really good. And of course, it is MagSafe compatible, so we can do MagSafe test on this case. So I'll get my trusty stand. If you're new to the channel and you're not familiar with my MagSafe tests, my MagSafe test pretty much consists of this Anker 2-in-1 stand weighs in around 200 grams. So if the phone can pick up the stand without dropping it, the magnets are decent on the case. And if the stand can take the weight of the phone without dropping it, it's good. So that's kind of how I do my tests across the board. So if you're not familiar, that's how I do it. So let's check it out. Oh yeah, those are decent. Decent MagSafe, decent magnets. No issues there whatsoever. That's really good. One thing I am going to add into my MagSafe test, because in my previous ESR video, a lot of people are reporting issues with the S Pen having issues. So we will do an S Pen test here as well. So I have been using the Binks Armor Pro cases. I've had no issues with the magnets interfering with the S Pen on that case, but I know a lot of people have been saying they've been having issues with the ESR case. So let's just check this out. So case on here, and there is our S Pen. So let's just try doing a wee test. So this is a test of the S Pen on the S24 Ultra. Oh, rub that out. So roughly where the magnets would be, there you can see there's no issues there. There's no interference at all. So that's good to know. So obviously I don't have anything on the phone there, but so that's all well and good. The S Pen has no issue there with the case on, but I'm just going to take this little MagSafe battery from ESR and I'm going to slap this on the back of the phone, and as you can see there, it is charging. So I'm just going to try that again, and yeah, so as you can see there is a little bit of interference with that battery on there, but yeah, so obviously when the magnet is stuck onto the case, it is going to interfere a little bit with the S Pen. Because this hasn't been encountered before, because you know G2 isn't a thing yet and MagSafe is primarily an Apple issue, you are going to get this sort of issue when you do have magnetic things stuck on. But 9 times out of 10, will you be using magnetic stuff on your phone while you're using the S Pen? I don't know. If you are going to use accessories like batteries or wallets or that kind of thing, you will have a bit of interference with the S Pen. You can just pop the accessory off and then use your S Pen with no issues, because it does work, but I suppose that's worth noting. That is maybe your trade-off. You know, if you are going to be using MagSafe accessories to do certain things, you need to take into account the S Pen. So next up then, we will try the black version of the Fusion. So this is quite a nice case actually, and I think I prefer this one over the full clear case. So as you can see, this is a black bumper and you've got this texture on the sides here, which is really good. We've got our molded buttons, which are very clicky, tactile and responsive. We've got our lanyard loophole as expected, and we have another one on the other side as well. So that's very, very nice. On the bottom then, you can see there's your cutouts for your USB-C, your microphone, speaker, and your S Pen. And the S Pen is easily accessible, no issues whatsoever. On the back then, we have this frosted back. So you can still see the color of that foam, but it is frosted. And as you can see, it is a little bit of a fingerprint magnet. It's clear cases for you. What are you gonna do? So fitment then, if I take the corners and I give it a twist, phone doesn't move. It is really good and grippy, and it does feel slim and lightweight, and I do like that. If you look at the bumpers then, you can see it's raised at the bottom and the top of the display, and the bumper does come up over the frame of the phone, so that's pretty good for set down protection. You set that down flat, you're not going to get any issues there. On the back, camera lenses do not protrude out. This camera guard is a little bit raised up as well, so you are going to get that little extra bit of protection with those lenses. Set that down flat, you aren't going to get any scuff on those lenses. You will have a little bit of rock though. So this case feels really nice. This texture is really easy and nice to hold. I really dig that, and I can't fault that whatsoever. So top notch, top notch. And MagSafe compatible, so we can test the magnets. So as you can see, like the other one, I don't expect these magnets to be any worse. So they're really, really good. And if we just test the S Pen, so the S Pen works, no issues whatsoever. You can write, do everything you need. There's no interference, but if you do stick something on the back, you are going to get that magnetic interference there with the S Pen. Unfortunately, there's no way around it. But the simple fix, just take the battery off. It's all good. Next up then is the Fusion X. So this is pretty much a very, very similar to the previous case, but it's just a little bit more beefy and a little bit more mad looking, I think. So yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's actually kind of cool. So what we have here, we've got these sort of like more rugged style of buttons, which are great, clicky, tactile, very responsive. Same again, 2 lanyard loopholes, which is great. And you can see here these side bumpers sort of are textured, and there's sort of shapes here for you to hold it in different ways, which I think these little bits here for when you're holding to take pictures, I think is really, really good. The texture goes all the way around the back here too, which gives you an extra bit of grip, which I like. That's pretty good. Fitment then, so if I take the corners and give it a twist, again, phone doesn't move. The texture and the fit of these cases is all fantastic. No issues there whatsoever. You look then at the screen lip, so it is raised again at the bottom and the top, and the side bumpers does come up over the frame. That's what you want. Set that down flat, no issues there whatsoever. It'll lift that up off the flat surface, you'll not scuff that display. And then camera lenses, they don't protrude out, similar to the last case. This little camera guard comes up over the lenses as well, so if you set that down flat, you've no issue there whatsoever. Now, what I will say is that this little raised part here does come in line with the camera guard, so when you do set that down flat, it won't rock. So you've got a phone that doesn't rock when you lay it flat. Not sure if that's important to you. Some people like it, some people don't. Doesn't matter. Very similar to the last case, this is a frosted back, which is smooth, but the bumpers are so grippy with that texture. And if you're holding it in your hand, you've got a good firm grip on it. It's not gonna go anywhere. And of course, MagSafe. And we'll just test the magnetic strength of the case, and just like the other ones, give that a good shake. That doesn't fall off. So those are real decent magnets. No issue there whatsoever. And of course, with the S Pen, when the case is on, you have no issues with the S Pen. It's only when you do have something attached to the back. So when those magnets are on and they're working together, it will cause a bit of interference with the S Pen, but it is what it is. But without it, no issues. Typically, my biggest use case for MagSafe is primarily in the car, on a car mount, or if I'm charging at night, it'll go into a stand and it'll sit and it'll charge. So most of the time when I'm using MagSafe, I won't be using the S Pen. So from that perspective, in my use case, that's not going to cause a lot of issues with the S Pen for me personally. Now, if you are going to be using the likes of portable batteries or MagSafe wallets and then you're using your S Pen, I can understand the frustration of it not working, but unfortunately it's kind of a problem for Samsung to fix, because, you know, Qi 2 is going to come down the line and is going to come to these phones eventually. Samsung is going to have to address this and bring out a fix for the S Pen to work with these magnets. So yeah, over to you, Samsung. Next up then is this. This is the Onyx case. So this is a case that I have liked for a long time from Ringke. For me personally, for my use case, the versions that I've always been using have never had MagSafe on them, and they've been absolutely no use to me. This one is different, so let's check this out. So this is a nice black texture, and we have our individual cutouts for our camera here, which is very, very nice. And then on the bottom, you can see there we have our cutouts for our USB-C, our microphone, speaker, and S Pen. S Pen comes out, no issues. And then we have our cutout for our microphone at the top. And then we have our molded buttons there as well, which are very clicky, tactile. Again, consistency I think is key with these cases, because every one of these cases with these bumpers all have this texture on it. Can you hear that? That is the texture that's on that. It's so grippy, and I really like it. We've got Ringke's branding here too, and then we've got lanyard loopholes on both sides. Pretty decent. So if we give that case, if we give that a twist, the phone doesn't move. That's what you want. Perfection. Great fit. And of course, screen lip raised at the bottom and the top. That's what you want. And again, the consistency here with these cases has been so good that it comes up over the frame, so you do have that lift up protection to keep that display from getting scratched up. Set that down flat, no issues whatsoever. Camera lenses then, as you can see, these are individual camera lenses which are raised up, and the cameras don't protrude out, so if you do set that down flat, it isn't going to scuff up those lenses. Because those are very, very minimal lips as well, it has the little amount of rock, but not a massive amount, so that's not too bad. And like the other ones, you can see there is gaps in between those camera lenses, so the Ringke lens protectors will fit this, no issues. We'll just test the magnets. Yep. I will say, the entire lineup of these cases, the consistency is really, really good. All the magnets are of the same strength and no problems whatsoever. And of course, when the case is on, no issues with the S Pen. You can write on the display with no problems whatsoever. Just pop that battery on. As you can see, we do have that same issue. You will have that no matter what you stick onto the back of the phone, but just pop it off, no issues. I dig that, so good. And lastly, silicone. So I haven't actually tried a silicone case from Ringke, so this is the first one for me. And this is like a very, very light grey, and do you know what? It's not a massive. It's not massively different to the phone itself, which is quite nice. So on the inside then we have this lovely microfiber lining. We have liquid silicone and polycarbonate and suede. So this says it's a suede lining, which is very, very nice. One thing I will notice first off the bat, while these other cases are sort of TPU material, this silicone is a lot more flexible, especially around the button area and the frame. As we pop that phone in, you can sort of see those bits flexing, you know, see there and around the buttons. So yeah, I mean, it is a bit of a trade-off with silicone cases, to be honest, but it is quite nice. Buttons then are these molded buttons, which, you know, they're just remolded bits on the silicone itself, so you can press the buttons on the phone with no issues, but they're not like plastic buttons on the other cases, so they are a wee bit different. But then if we just take this and we do the fitment test, and if I give that a twist, you see that's just popped off there. See that? It's maybe a bit too flexible. Yeah. Now, granted, you're maybe not going to be doing that with your phone, but yeah. That's why I do these tests. You know, if it's got a good firm fit on the phone, it's not going to move. But the phone did sort of pop out there. Overall, the feel of the silicone does feel nice. And we do have good lips here. It is raised up quite high on the bottom and the top. And the side frame does come up level, which is very consistent with all these other cases. So if we just set that down flat, you know, it's not going to touch that display. We do have the individual camera cutouts for the camera lenses, and the camera lenses are recessed, so they're not going to pop out. So if you set that down flat on its back, the lenses aren't going to get scuffed up, and because the lenses are recessed, it's flush, so there's no rock. So it's not bad. If you like the feel of silicone cases, you know, they do feel grippy. Yeah, they are. If you like silicone, this is a decent option if you do like that sort of thing. We'll just test the magnet strength. Yeah, so yeah, it's just as strong as the other ones. So yeah, MagSafe is decent. So on this case then, so the magnets with the S Pen, no interference there whatsoever. And if we stick on the MagSafe battery, strangely enough, this one doesn't seem to have the same interference that the other ones have. So I'm not sure if there's just an extra bit of layer of material which is maybe getting in front of those magnets, or what that is, but literally, as you can see, that battery pack is on there and no interference. So that's worth noting. So that's actually quite interesting that out of all these cases, this is the only one with MagSafe accessories that doesn't interfere with the S Pen. So what do you guys think? Which of these Ringke cases is your favourite for the S24 Ultra? Let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, I actually think they're all great, to be honest. I would have liked the grip to have been a little bit better on my fitment test for this one, but overall it's still a half decent case, so I can't really fault it. If you are interested in picking up any of these cases for the S24 Ultra, I will leave you links in the description down below. Affiliate links help support the channel, but they don't cost you guys any more money, so if you do pick up using any of my links, thanks for your support. And that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, smash that like button for me, and don't forget to click that subscribe and ring that little bell to be notified of new videos just like this one. I'm going to go. Keep it locked on the channel. I have a lot more S24 Ultra cases and accessories coming for you, so stay tuned. If you are looking for down-to-earth tech review and accessory videos, you know where to come. And until the next one, I'll catch you later.